A native of Boston, Elliott Maraniss was the son of a printer and a Latvian-born homemaker. When he was 8, the family moved to Coney Island, where he attended school, excelling in history, English, and baseball. The latter earned him a baseball scholarship to the University of Michigan. In Ann Arbor, Maraniss served as editorial director of the Michigan Daily student newspaper. He also met his wife, Mary. But just shy of his graduation, Pearl Harbor was attacked, and he enrolled in the Army. In Okinawa, he rose to the rank of captain and oversaw an all-black unit at a time when the Army was still segregated. It's an experience that fueled his lifelong passion for social justice. After the war, he finished his degree and returned to work at the Detroit Times. But in February of 1952, everything changed. Maraniss was called to testify in front of the House Committee on Un-American Activities and immediately fired from the Times. For the next 5 years, he moved his young family from city to city as the cloud of the Red Scare followed him. But in 1957, one of his columns caught the eye of William Evju, founder and editor of the Capital Times, and he was hired as the paper's chief investigative reporter. He immediately made his mark. Just weeks after joining the newspaper, Maraniss exposed paper mill pollution in the Fox River Valley. The reporting spurred legislation that continues to have a lasting environmental impact more than 60 years later. After a decade of covering many of the state's top stories, Maraniss became the city editor of the Capital Times in 1966 and executive editor in 1971. In 1978, he was named editor-in-chief, the third person in the newspaper's history to hold the title. He played a pioneering role in diversifying the Capital Times staff, opening up the paper to minorities and women in an effort to make the staff more reflective of the community it served. He also served as a strong mentor for young reporters, whom he taught to be fearless in questioning authority, standing up for the First Amendment, and exposing wrongdoing. After his retirement in 1983, Maraniss and his wife moved to Milwaukee, where he worked as an aide to the city's mayor. Maraniss remained curious and supportive of the Wisconsin newspaper industry until his death in 2004.